Hi, thanks to the Inkwell Awards Committee for reaching out and picking me to be a member of the nomination committee 15 years ago. It's been really informative and an honor to be a member of the NomCom for all these years. You know, I've been reading comics since 1970, and I've read new comics every month that they've come out. And it was really in the mid 70s that I started noticing artists. I would start noticing the different styles of the different artists. But some comics that I read back then, like Conan the Barbarian, John Buscema was the artist, he was the penciler on a whole bunch of issues. But I would start to notice that the issues inked by Tom Palmer would look different than the ones inked by Ernie Chan or Frank Springer. So there's a lot that an inker can bring to the page. And I really appreciate the art of inking. After that, I started reading Tomb of Dracula by Marv Wolfman and Gene Colan. And there were issues that, Tom Palmer inked a lot of them. But when Vince Colletta inked an issue, you could really tell the difference. And so I've been very interested in how comics are put together for a really long time. And that's why I appreciate the fact that I can go and I can look at a bunch of comics that are published each year, and I can look for where an inker has made a contribution that really elevates and adds to the work, because a good inker will elevate a page, and an inker who's not quite so good might make it muddy or obscure or do something not so good to the art. In the early 80s, I got my first original art. You can see some of it hanging on the wall here behind me. It's Jim Aparo Batman covers. And, Jim would have been nominated for these in the all-in-one category because he did the penciling and the inking. But it was my first chance to really hold a piece of art and look at the brushwork and look at how it was put together. And it really gave me a great appreciation for the art form of inking. In any event, being able to serve on the nomination committee for 15 years has, as I said, been a great honor, and I hope to continue for many more years. So thanks, Bob, and thanks to everybody on the Inkwell Awards Committee.